Oldenburg, 24-year-old lead for Team USA from Mapleton, Minnesota, who has been the best shooter by a lot for the United States and the best at his position through 3 rounds of play, shooting at 96%. No other American above 76%.
Yeah, he looked fantastic. He was making everything. Funny how you get a feel for the ice, and it's just making it look so easy. It's not, of course, but he's just making it look easy with 96% average.
His 23-year-old German counterpart, the lead position, Johann Schurl, with the second of his 2 rocks here in the opening end. Again, 10 ends of play in regulation here in team curling. Each of the 4 players throws 2 rocks per end, so 8 per team. The object, get the majority of your rocks closer to the center of the house than the nearest one of your foe. Those are the ones that count in each end. Second coming here for Oldenburg. U.S. would love to be able to score 2 or more with hammer, but Kevin, that's been a struggle for Team USA in this game. Last stone efficiency, scoring 2 or more with hammer. The United States has only done it twice in the tournament. They're tied for the lowest percentage at just 15% effectiveness.
And you want to be somewhere around 35%, Jason, even 40%. So, yeah. But that goes right back to the percentages being in the mid to high 70s. Those are all the setup shots for multiple score ends. And that's exactly what needs to go up into the 80s. And therefore, you're making enough shots to set up for your multiple scores.
Felix Messenzo, second for Germany. And he was junior teammates with Schurl, and the third here for the Germans, Benny-Cat. And you'll hear when we see ages, a lot of 20-somethings in this game. There's only one player above 30, and that's Mark Miskatowicz, the skip of Germany. He just turned 30. These are the 2 youngest teams in the event. Ben Richardson, the elder statesman for the United States at 27 years of age, originally from Seattle, Washington. And with the rest of this American team, curls out of the Chaska Curling Club in Minnesota.
T. Back 4. Back 8. Back 8.
So the United States hoping for a good beginning here against Germany. Red counter right now for the Germans opening end. Second throw here for Messenzo and this German team.
Ben had a good come around on his, just came a little bit deep there for it. Curled more than Danny Casper would have liked. Available to hit and stick around. Yeah, very nice. It's forced to jump into a run back now.
Easy peel.
Get rid of both reds. Roll your shoulder off the center line.
Ben Richardson, 4-time junior national champion, youth Olympic silver in 2016 for the United States. So a taste of the Olympic experience at the junior level. And able to pick up the run back double.
Very nice angle, that shooter off center, which is important when you have the last ball. So that sets up nicely now for Team USA to score a multiple score. Not an easy shot, obviously, to play a run back of 10, 12 feet, make the run back and roll perfectly. Nice shot.
On to our first look at the thirds for each of these teams. And that includes Benny Cat, 23-year-old, 2-time World Junior silver medalist as a skip for Germany. His dad, Andy, 2-time European champion.
The line looks good. Looks like plenty of weight, though. Line is stopped in front of the tee, not behind it. It does. Nicely done. And that is buried.
way. That's it. Like it? Yeah. Good? I think so. Yeah.
Danny Casper in the United States, open again. Looking to score with Hammer, Luke Violet, 26-year-old from Lake Stevens, Washington. Loving the run back. The United States looking composed and effective here opening end.
Yeah, that was a terrific shot. That was set up by Ben Richardson's raise and stay off center. Then a beautiful come around by Benny Cap. But because of that roll, it enables Luke Violet to make the beautiful run back. That's teamwork. And that's where the numbers, all of a sudden you go, perfect make. That's not 76%. That's perfection.
Having success all the way through the lineup, giving your skip an opportunity to execute at the end. That's the goal in the sport. Benny Cap looking to do what he can here for Mark Miskadovitz and the German cause.
Playing the come around, come around to the top 4 foot again. Maybe get a corner on shot stone to take away the run back possibility. You don't want to just get this underneath a little or you'll find Luke Violet run another one back and stick it, and all of a sudden there's 2 buried. So trying to get this to curl as far as possible. I would have really liked that to curl another just 3 or 4 inches and would have locked the corner on the yellow. Team USA playing the run back again. So if this is made the same as last time, all of a sudden, Team USA is looking really good to get a 3-ender.
Luke Violet, as the U.S. has had a run of run back opportunities here, opening end. And it's another runaway success for Team USA.
It's beautiful. Now 2 buried underneath the guards. Really nice weight control. Didn't throw this too hard. You can imagine if that was thrown hard, might have bumped up the red and the yellows roll up. But kept everything buried. Nicely done. So now the scary part for Team Germany is the call is to come around again. Well, if it doesn't get over far enough, there'll be another run back, and if it's made, it's 3 buried. And all of a sudden, the 4 renders.
Well, that puts some pressure on the most experienced player by far in this game, and that's Mark Miskadovitz in the skip for Germany. He and his team 5th at the 2024 Worlds, and then in November of that year, the breakthrough, gold at the European Championships, beating multi-time world champion Bruce Malwood in Scotland 9-7 in the final.
This is coming up substantially late. So no need to play a run back on this one. This will be far simpler. This is an important conversation. Talk about half in the 4. Where am I going to put it? The depth of this one needs to be whatever it takes so that if Team Germany freezes, they're not second shot. So top 8 bite, top 4, it's kind of perfect. Even half of the top 4 is pretty good.
I think speed here is pretty good. Did you just throw it? I think it's around 14.5 to T here. So a little quicker than LSD, but like not just a couple feet.
Yep. We can still probably watch it come down.
Yes.
All that intel, Kevin, referring to the shot for Hammer before the game and also referencing what Germany just did with its last round.
Absolutely. Danny Casper, Marcus Scadovitz, fantastic curler. Danny's got to take a lot. Like this one's it's the scoop. You don't want to throw it too hard and end up having this thing go to the bottom or behind the T-line. Top 8, bite top 4.
First rock for the 24-year-old American skip, originally from Briarcliff Manor, New York. Now the Kingsley Curling Club there. Now with this group training and living in Minnesota, and another well-thrown American stone here in the first half.
Really well thrown. Only wanted to bite the top four, or even half a rock at the most, and ends up a quarter of the top four. And the importance of that is if a rock is frozen to it, yellow would still be lying 2, and it would be an open draw for 3. So you take away that. So now they're looking at a corner freeze so that it is second shot. But that increases the difficulty of this shot for Team Germany, especially after missing the first one by so far. Nervous times for a fan of Team Germany here.
So Miscavige up against it early on and helping reestablish Germany as a strong curling nation. Their European medal that he skipped, that title in 2024, the first for the country in men's curling since 2008. Its first European title in 20 years. Last year at the Worlds, missed the playoffs, still finished 8th, but enough points to qualify directly for these Olympics with their results, the 5th and the 8th at the last 2 World Championships. Last rock for Team Germany here, and number 1.
This has too much weight, trying to get it to curl. Trying to get it to curl enough to not bounce. But oh, that was 2 really big misses to start this game. One way light, one way heavy, and this is a nose hit to open up a 4-point first. That, Jason, this has been a tremendous team end by Team USA.
Started with Oldenburg, followed by Richardson, Violet continuing, and now Casper with a chance to score 4 here for the United States.
I think looking the way it will be good. Yeah, that's really good weight in practice, I think. For 9-9, right? 9-9 is in practice. A lot less.
Danny Casper and his team, they knocked off John Schuster at the Olympic trials of the best of 3 series, denying the 2018 Olympic gold medalist skip a 6th straight trip to the Olympics. Then they had to go to the Olympic qualifying event and earn one of the last 2 spots there just to get to Cortina. And here in their latest game, with their best big
Yes, 4-1 for USA.
score for the United States in the opening end, and they rock it in front against Germany. What a difference a day makes. This beautiful beginning for Team USA against Germany, but they just couldn't find it yesterday against Canada.
A good opportunity here, actually, to tie the game. But watch out for the rock goes all the way to the back. Well, but that's only a score of 1. To go 3-2.
Then on the 8th, Danny Casper, tough shot, couldn't quite get there. A steal of 2 for Canada, and then hooked up the game away.
Yeah, that was just a really loss in the USA last weekend ago against Canada in curling.
They should be feeling confident now in this one.
Where you love, as a skip, Kevin, when your teammates in front of you make things as easy as possible, and man, the table was set beautifully for Danny Casper in that end by the great work throughout the USA line.
Yes, absolutely set up by everybody. That'll make the whole team feel good going forward here in this one.
I think it's like rock. It's all right.
It's covered a rock. Like, I always called it having teeth. Rock having teeth. It just dug in at the end.
Well, the United States, shooting-wise, again, in their opening 3 games, just not effective enough in the first outings for the Americans. Again, Richardson, Violet, Casper rated 8th or worse out of 10 players each at their position. Not good enough, Kevin, if you want to be top 4 and make it through to the medal rounds.
That's correct. You want to see those numbers somewhere in the mid-80s, something like like that, high 80s, and then you have a real good shot at getting into the playoffs. So, a lot of work to do for Team USA, but certainly a good start here. Moving forward. Mistake made by Team Germany are sliding into the house. That's available to be knocked out. If it would have stopped in front of the house, of course, then Team USA could take it out. Those are misses that cost you.
This is also an unfamiliar position in this tournament for the United States. It's the first lead for Team USA after an opening end in the tournament. And Kevin, we also mentioned the last stone efficiency. Again, the United States had only had a 2 and a 3 with hammer, both of those coming in their opening game win against Czechia. Now they picked a grand time for their first 4-ender of the event.
Not many fours get scored in an event like this. That's a pretty special. And this rock is very long. Wanting it all the way to Marcus Gadavitz's room, but does not get far enough. The reason I want a little closer than that is if the opportunity arises for the team to come around. You're coming into the top 8, there's such a distance between the guard and the rock. Team USA will be able to come around and dig it out, knock it out of the house and roll it to the middle. So that guard not very useful.
And Richardson, first of his pair here at N2.
Keep going in. Keep going. All right.
Solo sweep here for Oldenburg.
Keep going.
And able to bump that American rock back towards the butt. For more on Team USA, let's hear from Kira K. Dixon.
Well, head coach of Team USA curling, Coach Phil Dropnik, told me this should be a good battle. Germany's playing well. They had a big win over Italy last night. So the key for us today is to take advantage of our hammers and try to get out to a lead, which they've already done in a big way. He said Germany struggles to come from behind. Most of their losses are when they're down early. Now, after Team USA's loss to Canada, Coach sees that performance as a positive. He said the front end played really well. They'll look to keep that going to get our end set up and allow Luke and Danny to continue to feel more comfortable with the ice and make more shots.
Kira, thanks.
You can try this. I don't know. Kind of think of just one. Just one? Yeah, I like one.
And Danny Casper chatting with his teammates at the other end about this call, Kevin.
Well, you could take on the double red, but if you ever hit it a little bit thin on the second one, it could jam on the shot stone of yours. So I think this is a good one. Just peel the one. You're up 4-0. Let's keep them shooting fairly simple here. Make Team Germany come back. Don't give them something easy.
The advantage of getting 4 in the first. You don't have to take too many risky plays if you don't want to at this stage of the game. Ben Richardson, and following the thoughts of Kira in your conversation with Phil Dropnik, said after the game, doing better each game, learning on the fly, just trying to get things in the right direction, just trying to keep that energy and positivity, and Team USA seemingly having that here at the outset of this game. About that going through the court. Not a big window, but that ends up at the top of the 8-foot. Just not where Germany won.
No, sit behind makes an easy takeout for this stone. Yellow onto the red one to sit 4. So just a terrific end being built. All those yellow rocks at the top of the house. Even if something gets behind them, it's a very short raise to knock out any potential red stone. So difficult situation for Team Germany again.
And the Americans applying pressure right from the start of an end.
That's all right next.
Benny Cap coming down to have a conversation with Mark Miscadovitz.
Hey, ich finde auch den nicht schlecht. Das auch gut, ja. Ich finde den gar nicht so schlecht. Da können wir den nachher nutzen, um hinten reinzufahren. So? Ja. 10,5.
Just trying to figure out a way to make a good shot. What's the best good shot we can make? And Benny Cap looking at hitting the top one behind the middle. But the angle would have to be absolutely perfect to make it difficult to run back. So Mark Miscadovitz says, well, if we're going to make a tough shot, let's hit the shot rock and roll behind the corner guard. And then at least it's a corner guard and a yellow, so it's a double guard. Well, this is the best call.
Benny Cap, third season is the third for this team. And hooking up with Miscadovitz when he was still in the junior ranks for serving as an alternate. Now a key part of the recipe of success for this group. And that ends up going all the way to the button.
All the way to the button, but did not get the roll behind the corner. So it's totally available.
Headlines.
Team USA now. A little roll behind the yellow on the top of the button, and all of a sudden, Team Germany down forward have to go into defensive mode, which they absolutely do not want to do. But will have to if this is made. Trying to curl enough to roll a little. On the nose, but that's okay. All sitting in front of the tee line, all four yellows. It's not as important for Luke to get the roll as it is for Team Germany with the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that is ran straight there.
Cap will get another crack at this shot.
Close. Brett. Heart.
Okay, definitely rolling. Pretty nice. It's almost completely under.
So many times, Kevin, at this level of the sport, you get a second chance at the same shot. You're going to make it the second time around when you're this elite.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you give somebody with Benny Cap's ability through that rock just a little bit wider, same weight, made the nice roll. Looks to be almost a half open. Be able to just pick it out.
Whatever
Peel.
most weight we want to see.
Yeah. I think normal's good.
I like that.
Normal takeout.
I'm seeing, yeah. Maybe here. Okay. Right? Be nice, but we don't. Let's go firm, Luke. I like firm. You like
I like firm. The reason I like firm isn't so much about the amount of curl. It's if by chance the rock, you're on some new territory here, the rock curls a little more than you think, and you chip the guard. You want enough weight that you knock it right out and not just push it into the rings.
Come on, Dean. Dean.
Kenny Casper, his first offering here and two.
It's good.
Red line call.
Very nice. Fantastic.
And the Americans lying three.
Good call. Lead. Lead. Red line call.
And loving the line call to get it on target.
He just didn't have to be cute. Luke Violet called it push doodle. There's nowhere near that guard. Hit lots of it. Safe shot.
Take me any guys. This is. So it's just happening earlier tonight. Yeah.
Chatting with the U.S. Brain Trust behind the bench, including alternate Rich Ruonen, who got into a game in this tournament at age 54, becoming the oldest American to compete in a Winter Olympics. Miscadovitz starting the quest to try to find a score, let alone a deuce in this end count.
Yeah, the yellow stones over the top of the house is always dangerous. Even if you have last rock. Looks pretty good. They got by. This will be buried in there. That's a much, much better shot. That's finding draws right after a couple of misses last year. Mark Moskadovitz. We'll be happy with that.
There's a smile after 2 rocks of misery in the opening end for the German skid. Not sure if there's a little potential contact with a sweeper with a rock.
Yeah, dancing around those top stones must have touched one of them a little bit.
Oh, you can slash it.
It was solved in a
You're
second.
basically aiming for the crotch.
Not a problem.
I mean, you're hitting this one.
An offending player yet. Danny Casper skipped with the United States no. No adjustment necessary.
Close on this there, huh? Right? Yeah. Now on this. Yeah. Okay, let's play this then. Okay, it does help that. This is the force, guys. Yep. Okay, I'm good with whatever you like. Just want to bring it up. You're playing firm. Okay, quarter. Yep. Right there. Okay. You like this? Yeah. How do you? Quarter rack.
So decided they had talked about playing a drop, bumping the top yellow straight back onto the button, and be a very difficult shot for Team Germany. But there would be a shot, be it an angle raise or thin double off the other one. So I think this is the right call. To try to hit half of this yellow rock and knock the red one out, understanding it's going to be a very simple shot for one for Team Germany, but only one.
Casper's final delivery here in end 2. The Americans continue stellar shooting here in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, hit this really nice. Trying to hit a thick third or a skinny half. Direct hit. Luke Violet's been sharp so far on the line call. He struggled a bit the first couple of games, but with reading the line, reading the curl, certainly has not been the case in this one yet. So no choice here for Team Germany but to hit and stay. The shot still looks pretty good.
It is a point for Germany, but just one. The United States following its 4 in the first, with a force in the second. We look at some of the great plays of Germany throughout this tournament, Kevin, getting a couple of key threes in recent wins. That one against Norway, and this one in their last victory against Italy.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. Failed to not jam down the back to get a big three. And once Team Germany gets out front in a game, they are terrific front runners. No question. Tough to come back on.
And their 3 games have all been decided by a single point, 2 of them going to an extra end. They lost in the 11th against Canada, then edged Norway in regulation, and then that win against Italy. Really impressive, Kevin, considering who the Italians beat to start this tournament. They took out the reigning Olympic champions from Sweden, and then the reigning world champions from Great Britain. So that's a big victory for Team Germany.
It certainly was a big one. There you see the game against Italy, the win in the extra end. In that last end, though, in the 10th, not the extra end, but the 10th against Italy, Italy had one on the edge of the 4-foot tee line. Joe Turner has just had to split the rings. There would have been no double. came up short, missed the house, left it open again, which of course Muscatavit's made, and then won in the extra. So had got away with one there as well. That's it. But you're right, big win.
The United States with and some team sweeping there to pull that rock to the top of the house. First from Oldenburg. And now Johann Schurl ready to play here in this battle of the two youngest teams in the tournament. Again, Germany, the youngest, the United States, second youngest. And Kevin, when you're struggling a little bit to play against kind of your contemporaries, does that help? I mean, the last game for the United States, Canada is the oldest team by far in this tournament, and it looked like different generations a little bit there with guys that have been around the block, and Brad Jacobs, Kennedy, Van Hebert. I mean, it looked like dads against sons a little bit in that game.
It did a bit, yes. These two played each other in Trentino in August, actually, and Dan Casper won that one 4-2. So they have played each other this season, and the U.S. foursome did their job in that one.
So some good recent memories for Team Casper. Again, for this United States team, Kevin, really their breakthrough coming in the last year plus. Danny Casper with all of his health issues. Guillain-Barré syndrome diagnosed a couple of years ago. Again, it's when the body's immune system attacks part of the nervous system. It forced him to be bedridden for times. He missed a number of events in the past couple of seasons, had different players fill in. The curling community really rallying around he and his team. He's found medication to kind of handle that. He's come back, maybe still not 100%. Has to really get ready before every game with stretching, still deals with pain and body weakness at times. But since he's come back, this team has found another level, moving to the top 10 in the world, as high as 6, higher than any other world ranking ever for an American curling team.
It's been very impressive. And it's been, all of a sudden, in curling terms, it's really improved in a hurry, which is fantastic. I know at this age, they'll continue to, this whole team also will continue to just get better and better and better. Just a simple peel here being called, open up the front.
Ben Richardson executing for the United States. We're up 4-1 here in N3.
And with hammer, but that's a nice come around. Redstone. Shot rock back 4 foot. Now it's a matter of just guarding for a couple of rocks, and I think Team USA will just peel them off. This is very tight. Okay, not bad. Really good line. Red being so tight that if this peel is hit about a half rock, U.S. may get lucky enough to chip the yellow guard in, sit second and third.
Richardson's throw. Able to get the peel and nothing more.
So this guard would like to be just a little bit short, more like about halfway between the log line and the house.
Benny Cap throwing, Kevin, and we're curious if he's still throwing the same rocks that he was at the start of the game. Again, there's a little conversation in the break between Muscatavitch and the coaching staff of whether maybe to swap one of his rocks that might not be behaving the way he wants it with one for his third.
Sure, and that's pretty normal. There's 8 to choose from, and if somebody doesn't like one of the stones they bought, change it right away. Why not? We've got a whole corner full of them, so not all rocks act exactly the same. They're all pretty close, but sometimes there's one. You heard the one that Team USA thinks has, well, I was going to have teeth, but it digs in at the end. So you wouldn't want to give that one to your skipper. It's hard to carry it as far as sweeping.
Violet firing here for the United States, sending this with pace. And he'll get another peel. You know, Kevin, in baseball, see a pitcher often, not like baseball, ask the umpire for another one, get it, throw it back, wants a different one. Can't do that in curling. You've got the stones to deal with amongst your team.
Right, so then you look at if you have a straight rock, or one that curls, or one that comes up a little short, has teeth, then you'll put it in the position you think will influence the game less. And so that heavy rock, it's in the lead's hands. The lead just knows, I just got to add a little bit more than normal to this rock. And that's kind of how it's done. This looks good.
You put it all in the leads, don't you?
Yes, yeah, the leads get to handle the special stuff.
Special start for the United States here in their latest round-robin game in Cortina. A score of 4 in the first. Their first 4-ender of the tournament. And the first time that Germany's given up more than a deuce in the event. Germany held to just 1 in the second. And the United States would hammer back here in the third with Violet. You look at the journey that he and the rock are taking down the ice. Another peel there for the United States.
But didn't quite make it. Left that rock not far off a center. That could end up being a hindrance, that stone. Yeah, because those yellows are overlapped, the guards nearest us, that's why Mark Muscadovitz is thinking, well, let's go around that. And even if they make the run back, it's behind the tee, and I can freeze to them. So that's the gist of what's going on here. I like the way Mark Muscadovitz is thinking about this. I would play the same turn drive before breakdown. You could guard the yellow. I think you do that, Team USA is going to draw a freeze to the red and a chance to get 2.
Again, the first time Kevin and Mark Muscadovitz has gotten in the hack and felt like maybe he has a little bit of an advantage in this game. The United States has applied pressure to all of his rocks, seemingly thus far.
So far, absolutely every rock is high pressure. This one is a fairly simple shot, drawing into the 8-foot or 4-foot circle. Lots of room for this draw. Just has to be better than the front yellow in the top 12. They like the line. This is getting really, really tight though. Oh, yeah. Wow. Just maybe a little bit light. Just barely touched the guard. Didn't even get to the house. So a little bit light.
And we talked about the discussion for him, whether he was going to swap a rock. Is that curler or stone in there, Kevin?
Well, it's been bad miss in the first, 2 of them, and then made a nice draw in the second. That was on Mark's first stop, and then got another miss. So, boy, that's a lot of misses. I don't think you can blame that on rocks.
Yeah, Muscadovitz rated at 50% thus far. United States out shooting Germany 93% to 76%. to this point. Eddie Casper in the United States has last shot hammered in this end. Straight back raise.
That's okay, but the yellows at the top of the house are overlapped. So there'll be no run back if this come around is made. See, there's a slight overlap between the two yellows, the one in the house and the one near the house. So if this draw is made around the side of the button, there's no way to take it out. So that was not a well played. Was the line call was the problem with that one. But can Skatovitz make a draw? That's the question.
He's thrown 4 draws thus far in the contest. They have been rated at 38%. Needs one here.
Hard for line again to try to get by the front one. Right there. This is really tight. Really tight. Oh, got it by and on the back of the button. A sigh of relief for the sweepers. If that ticks, it would be a shot for 2 more. That would be a huge lead. But now, that's a tough draw for Team USA. Once this comes to a rest, it still has a fairly good chunk of that button.
That was a must for Skatovitz and Team Germany. Now ready to go back to American Danny Casper. And needing to rely on his soft skills here to get a score for Team USA.
Needing a good chunk of the button here. The single. Back button on its own. This is looking like a lot of weight.
And it's not
Service says USA gets another point.
steal of 1 for Germany. Casper 2.
What?
And the Germans trying to battle back 4-2 at number 3 and 14.
Oh, wow.
The United States throwing up 4 in the opening end. Germany inching its way back into the game with a pair of singles in the last 2 ends. Forced to 1 in the second, but stealing 1 from Team USA in the third. The Americans do get the hammer back. Danny Casper would love to have that last throw back in the hack and redo it. Just too strong.
Just too much weight right away. Absolutely.
First guard on the center line for the Germans to begin here in the 4th. And Casper had everything set for him in the first by his teammates and delivered this throw to ring up a 4 spot and a flying start for the United States. But this one out of hand, Kevin. Just too much.
Too much. Sweepers do it right away. He's trying to get it to maybe curl over enough, but it was just way too heavy.
So now the United States will look to see see if it can generate some more offense with Hammer back. Aiden Lunenberg's first. Getting up at the top of the button. And Johan Schurl as he shoots. How about another report from Kira K. Dixon?
Yeah, Jason, I got to speak with Team Casper's coach Jordan Moulton before the game and asked her to walk me through how each of her players is handling the Olympic experience. And she told me Aiden is thriving. Other than the Olympic qualification event, he's never played at a world event level, so he's really enjoying it, playing very well while wearing that headband that the internet is loving. Ben Richardson had a little bit of a slow start because he was sick and quarantined away from the team out of an abundance of caution for a few days before the tournament began, so it's been great to see him integrate back into the group and find his stride. Now, Luke Violette expects the best from himself and holds himself to a really high standard, which coach says is great, but also sometimes you have to remind him that perfection does not exist, and I want to make sure that he's enjoying this experience as much as possible while also balancing being the best player he can be. And Danny is also really enjoying the experience, loving the spotlight. She said he might have that calm exterior, but don't let that fool you. There's a fire burning inside. And Rich Ronan, the team alternate, well, coach says he's just having the time of his life.
Kira, thanks. Feel like pretty accurate descriptions of what we know and what we see from Team USA to this point. And Kevin, understanding what you're going through at the Olympics for the first time, got to be part of the equation here for the United States to go with the ebbs and flows of the emotions of realizing a dream just getting here and now trying to go a little bit further and beyond to the podium.
Yes, and they had a little bit of struggle early, but I don't think that's a big surprise. As long as they, as a team, as a group, can accept that, then onward and upward. Because I think the team and everybody that's watched this team, Casper, play, they know they can shoot the high numbers. They just haven't done it yet. So now it's time to just inch your way forward, stay in that playoff hunt, which they certainly are, and they'll be fine.
And taking on two very experienced and decorated teams in their last two games in Switzerland and Canada, two teams that played like the more decorated and experienced teams. The U.S. can find enough of that experience and confidence throughout round robin play to earn a spot in the top four and make it through to the middle rounds. Germany's latest throw does get to the center line for a guard. Ben Richardson, he understands performance pressure. Guy that grew up as a high-level curler and high-level musician. His parents both in music. Dad played piano, mom the violin. Ben was always staring at the cello when mom's string quartet would come to the house. They got him on that instrument. Graduated from the Cleveland School of Music in 2021 and is elite, Kevin, in more than one discipline. Can't get that run back there.
Well, that was a pretty makeable double peel. A bit of a miss on Team Germany's guard going in there too close. That was a good opportunity to open the whole thing up. And not be happy with himself on that one.
Maybe that's the equivalent of breaking a string on the cello when it just doesn't go your way. And Ben's found a way to balance everything in his career. Germany with its next. He's going to get another one towards the center line. 4-2 United States here. And then for the Americans with Hammer again. Luke Violette up next for the United States. Well over 10% better shooting in this game thus far than he had over his first three games. And that will work for the United States.
That was far more difficult. That was a really nice part that Benny Cal put up there. Nice and long, in a straight line. So that was a really good shot for Luke Violette to be able to get rid of both those rocks and roll the shooter far enough far enough off center to not be a problem for the rocks in the middle. Should be happy with that. That sets up nicely now for the rest of the end. Wanting to guard the yellow, not the red, because the Team USA decided to throw another one in the forefoot. The red bump would be available for Team Germany, so that's a really nice guard made by Benny Cap. No choice for Team USA but to peel it off, get it out of there.
Lead! Girl! Lead!
Again, point, counterpoint. Guard Germany, peel the United States. And the little game of cat and mouse continues as we work our way to the skipstone.
But Team USA is sitting one, so now Team Germany has only 2 rocks left to go. But we've got to decide, is it time to move into the house? We throw one more guard and take a chance. I kind of think you can throw another guard. I think you've got to play into the house.
Das wird mir weitläufen, das wird ja. Ich bin aber so perfekt. Ja, ich bin mit den Gelben. Aber wir müssen schon vorbei dafür. Elf? David Borg spielen Elf ist fast vor.
The conversation continues for the Germans.
So looking at playing this hit and roll slightly into that area, kind of into there. And the reason is then play the run back for US and it'll jam. There'll be no way to get that redstone out of there.
Well, let's see if Miscadovitz can elevate his shooting sub 60%. Not going to be good enough at this level if it continues much longer in this game. Especially when you're the one shooting the most important rocks of an end for your team.
Does it get back farther than the top red? It does not. So a huge mistake. Team USA now sitting first and third, and as soon as that red one in the forefoot is moved, sitting 3. That rock over Curly, trying to hit and roll in front of the other red, but instead ends up hitting her on the nose. Big trouble.
Miscadovitz searching right now for answers. And the Americans ready to give him a bigger problem.
Because if we roll under, like, there's a chance that it leaves a run triple. Right? If we leave it right here, it's there. If we get to here, we're fine. Hey, if we're playing the overall, I'm good with it. Yeah, I think we were leading that. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I mean, this is okay. I just don't like them threes. If we overroll, we can still make this more trouble. Yeah. So maybe it is nose. Right? But even if we nose, he can come in here and tap or still make this. Maine is a good point. For nose, his roll is rocks and rock there. I think it's to that. Oh, exactly. I like control. I'm thinking maybe more like a scatter. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yeah, I like control. That's what they're doing. Control is. Yeah.
American fans liking the start of this game for Danny Casper and company. Like to think the hair there, maybe just for warmth. Cortina Curling Olympic Stadium.
So deciding, I believe, to hit that red one and stick right on top, rather than rolling and taking the risk of setting up a double or a triple.
Casper's first here at N4.
They are playing the roll. And that's pretty nice. There is a little triple there. don't think. There certainly would be a raised double.
Der legt doch dann auf, oder? So, 3/4. 3/4 so. Glaubst du, dass wir den noch kriegen?
Ja.
3/4.
That red one
Normales Bier.
onto that yellow. That red will roll quite a ways. Then hoping to make this double. I don't think there's a triple available. So good shot by Casper. Set up a very difficult shot for Mark Miscadovitz to get rid of two yellows. Probably lose the shooter. You have to throw this with quite a bit of pace. Let's figure out exactly where to hit it.
So the first for the United States, dreaming of another multi-point scoring end with Hammer here in the fourth. Mark Miscadovitz hoping to limit Team USA with his last rock at the end. European champion from a couple of years ago, trying to find his form when it matters most. And he does a massive shot for Germany.
As good as he can do. Nicely done. Hit that exactly the right spot. Still a little bit mad at himself though. From the first shot, forced himself into making a tough one, and even with making it, still likely will give up a 2-point end here if Danny Casper and Team USA can hit this and stay in the 8-foot circle somewhere.
Germany avoiding another massive end for the United States, but Casper and his crew with a chance to tack on 2 more. And the American skip. Spot on. Casper wants to hear it. The American fans arrive. Deuce in the fourth in the lead.
So it says USA gets 2 points. Yes.
Cortina enjoying the action in men's round-robin play at the start of this session. Canada and Switzerland, 2 teams that have beaten the United States. 2 remaining unbeatens. Reigning world champs Bruce Mallet and his Scottish teammates representing Great Britain at the Olympics. Among those tied at 2-1, along with this German group. Kevin, the U.S. can make this stand up. They get to 2-2 and be in the thick of the fight.
Absolutely. And playing very well so far.
Shooting at 90%. And for the United States, Kevin, they've had some games where they had solid starts, including against Canada in the last outing, but they couldn't sustain it all the way through. That'll be the question here for Team USA. Always helps when you can put a 4 on the board to begin. That was the case for the United States, but again, in this high-pressure situation for a team at the Olympics for the first time, their biggest ever international event, and they handle the pressure that comes with it.
And that's to be known. Yes, that's right. Pressure keeps adding more and more per every game as well.
I think
As you
anywhere in here
start
there's
to
some
look at
margin, but yeah.
you win this game, and all of a sudden you're 2-2, and you think, "Ooh, we have a chance." Playoffs. Well, I'm not sure it's time to think about playoffs yet. Worry about the next game, and then the next game, and then if you have to make the playoffs, great. But one game at a time, it's a long round robin, and teams are all extremely difficult.
And as we have seen throughout these games in Cortina in a variety of Olympic events, Olympic pressure can hit different.
Rocky 13-7. That's good. Go slow a little bit to get under the guard. Yep. Just a little bit. Good. Nice.
And Oldenburg's pair, both in a scoring spot in the house, that red headband that became fashionable for him throughout the season. Started as they were having fun with a friend at an event. Everybody showed up wearing headbands. Aiden, it stuck for him. He said, Kevin, he likes wearing the headband. It's better than a hat. Kind of handles the perspiration and sweat, keeps his hair up a little bit better. It's become a thing. See fans during the Olympic trials wearing them in the stands in South Dakota, watching along wearing them at curling clubs. Cool to have a nice little trademark there for the 24-year-old leading for Team USA.
Okay. They get time a little past this.
So 6-2,
We're even
Team
with
Germany
this.
needing to be aggressive now, needing a multiple score for the halftime break. So 2 corners up, take lots of chances, and try to get a multiple score. Obviously, that's not without risk and reward. If you want a big reward, you got to put up the big risk, and sometimes that can go sideways on you. But at this scoreboard, you've got to take that chance.
That's okay. Little roll green. Easy loop. Easy.
Heard Kira talk about Ben Richardson being away from his team a little bit, sequestered and quarantined for a stretch when he was dealing with illness leading up to this and getting back with the group. But he's been feeling better.
Good job, guys.
And they like where that rock has ended up. Shooting wise, Kevin, Team Casper with its best number thus far in a game, and that's translated to this 4-point lead.
Yeah, feeling good right now, and definitely the whole team has full control of the draw late, which is certainly beneficial, putting the rocks in the right spots and able to score multiple points.
One to the button for Germany, the scoring rock right now, but the Germans need a lot more down 4 here to Team USA.
I mean, if you go here, you can split them open a little. Let's just make it. I like it, yeah. You see it more? Yeah.
So it's like a 12-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, struggles continue a bit for Team Germany, wanting to freeze to the Yellowstone in the 4-foot, bounced off, leaving the shot for Ben Richardson. Just a hit. Looks pretty good. It's a red one, roll a little bit.
Straight call.
Nice shot. Nice week. Nice week.
It's pretty heavy. Okay.
Again, good sweep. Woodenberg giving a little post-shot intel to Richardson. So valuable to have all of that information. Keep adjusting to ice conditions, which can change on the fly.
Felix Messenzel needs to make this one, though, after chipping off in the last one. Needs to make this shot to have a chance of getting a multiple score here by the front. And that's heavy again, though. Heavy on the last one, heavy on this one. At least it's buried, so it may come into play later in the end.
I gotta give this one to you boys then. think so. Like top eight's not that bad.
It's like 420 at least, maybe 25.
Yeah. Okay.
Just take like 4 feet off what you normally throw.
Luke Violet, son of a U.S. national champion curler, dad Tom with a couple of American titles, world bronze in '92. Luke played hockey as a kid along with curling. Had a down year in hockey one year, shifted full focus to curling, and look to where it's led him to the Olympics.
That's exactly where Felix wanted to be. Perfect. Come around right to the top. 8, 11.
In hockey terms, he shoots, he scores. Getting that right to the right spot.
Yeah, absolutely to the right spot. That's
It is right there. Hey, take his hard.
using that red tight guard, run it into the yellows, and just hope to get some space. Make some room to score. Yellow owns the house completely right now. Benny Cap, tough shot. Needs to hold the red rays in the ring somewhere and knock out at least 2 yellows, if not even 3.
Whoa. Straight. Okay.
Well, a bit of good fortune to hit that one over there, but the middle is still a problem for Team Germany.
Slowing into the 5 flats. Yeah. So second less than Benny.
Four-point lead for the United States here in N5. And the Americans, like they've done much of this game, controlling play in the house. Germany is hammered. The Americans trying to continue to make it really challenging to have a big offensive end for Germany.
Dude, I got 11-3. I got 11-3. Ben and I are doing the same thing.
What a mess for Team Germany. Trying to figure out what to do to open things up.
Mijn kolla det ja. Also erst mal wieder auf den Vierer. Ja,
Kann gar nicht so schnell spielen, immer eine 8. Stick.
wir müssen die bewegen.
Ja. 8.
There's not much available. Only one red guard to run back, so that's this long one. Straight into that. Need to stick it. But the length of the distance is so long. Having a good look at the angle here, but oof. It doesn't really do any good for Team Germany if you hit it, make contact, and then roll out of the house. So it needs to be spot on perfect. Half stone.
Huge spot for Germany, down 4. And a massive degree of difficulty on this shot for Benny Cat.
Does stick around. Excellent shot. It's in second and third now for Red Stones. So excellent. Made contact. And as long as it stays better than the yellow biting the top 8, that's sort of the key. And it did. So fantastic shot. Setup shot here. All of a sudden now, I think Germany has a chance to maybe score multiple scores.
Two with less. Figured once we get off the center line, it might go. Lord, sit there. Yeah.
So calling Borthwaite to hit on the nose and stay fully in the 8-foot circle better than the other end one to set tooth.
I think especially Jordan, like these aren't really shooting quite as much inside out.
Hit and roll towards the blue.
Yeah,
A little.
never just
Should
throw
do the trick.
intern. I think we have a little bit more room here. Okay. And just board weight. Okay. Yeah, 12 to the 5. It's good. It's good.
Casper eyeing it up. First of his pair and then 5.
Trying to hold straight enough to stay better than the other red. I don't think so. No, that rolled too far. So yellow sitting 1, but red is sitting second shot. Try everyone in there, right in the 4-foot circle. If any mistake at all is made by Team USA, there's a chance for maybe 3. Need to come around nicely, almost solidifies the deuce. And that was set up by Benny Cat. No question, that long raise, stick that on the side of the post. That was terrific.
Boskanovich back in the hat. You see the distance he has to navigate, and every player has to navigate to hit their spot in the house at the other end. Sheet of ice, 150 feet long, leaving from the hack. Releasing there at the first hot line, trying to hit your target about 120 feet away. And more often than not, they find their desired location.
Very good. Shot rock. Completely buried. Does leave the potential freeze though because it's behind the tee line.
Yeah. Probably that's right. Yeah. The draw might be a better make. We're giving that for right there. Yep. So we need less than this draw. Yeah, a 14-6. Okay, it feels
Try to lock this one in the side of the button.
Okay, right on the tee. Okay. I think the speed's the same as the draft one, we just want less. Yeah, good.
One rock remaining for each team in this last end before the mid-game break. Danny Casper has his target picked out.
Little room, 14. Mine's good. The little light. Okay, top one. Mine's good, guys. Looks like you gotta go. Mine's good. T.
Liking the speed.
14-9. Larry, you gotta go there.
Line looks pretty good. As you get right to the button. Really carry this right to the button. How's that? That's perfect.
The U.S. enjoying that team effort. Shot, sweepers, line play.
Right, everybody's involved. Everything has to be exactly perfect. Lock it in there just right.
Sí, Ostindien. Siehst du denn, dass hier Luft ist?
Nicht wirklich.
Hier?
Also ich sehe nicht für 2.
Nein?
Look at this yellow raise here. But is there
Ich
room
glaube, der wird schon sein. Wir
past,
treffen hier 2 Drittel mit
past
schnellem
this
Ziel.
one right there?
Selbst immer Streif. Ja, Streifen.
Or do you have to run this one
Was siehst du?
and to here? But the problem is, how do you not knock that one? That was such a perfect freeze by Danny Casper. I think that one is the one that needs to be played. And you hope to spin it off the red and not knock it out. Yeah, right like that. Looking at such a difficult shot. But the only other red card was the one that Benny Cat played once it was hit.
Ganz schnell.
There's no other way in. Such a nice
Glaubt
freeze.
das nicht, dass er hier durchgeht?
Was auch eine Option ist, ist den so.
Ja, dann, aber wenn du dich hinwegräumst, ist schlecht.
Wir gehen halt so vielleicht.
Ich weiß nicht, aber also, der wäre zumindest das sichere, also für eine.
Ich glaube, du killst den halt auch.
Nicht, dass wir da Bruch kommen.
Definitely looking at all the potential angles to see how it's
Aber schau mal, hier
possible to get 2 points.
so treffen und dann versuchen, den hier wegzulaufen.
Nie, dass er wieder so kommt.
Kevin, in our modern age, you let AI or a computer run all the simulations. Now, all the players are doing all this finagling in their head.
So ein bisschen, dass
Lots of calculations. I believe this is the highest odds, is this outturn hitting a bone. A quarter of the rock hit the yellow first. It will hit the red one, but you're hoping to not have enough impact to lose it. Knock it into just the back 8 foot. This is, there you go. Yeah, this is very, very difficult.
And having to take some risk here, down 4 at this juncture, try to maximize what they can do with Hammer here in the 5th. Moskowitz, Team Germany is last. Now, able to take on one of those American yellows, but Germany only able to score 1. 6-3 lead for the checks on more action using here a chance for the United States to improve its record to 2-2 with a loss. Germany would be in the same spot among the 10 nations vying to be the 4 best at the end of round robin play and advance to the medal rounds. The United States already earning silver in curling here in Cortina, mixed doubles success on the podium for Corey TC and Corey Dropkin. Now Aiden Oldenburg and the rest of Team USA would love to follow suit and have a shot at a medal. And this team of 20-somethings, maybe ahead of schedule with Kevin. You never know when your time's going to be. They're upset of John Schuster, again, who was bidding to become first American to get to 6 Olympics and the only curler to play in 6 at an Olympics. Olympic gold medalist from 2018, bested by Team Casper at the trials. Germany playing next. Team Casper coming in, feeling good to this tournament, trying to bounce back after some slow performances in Cortina. And for more on the U.S. mindset, Kira K. Dixon caught up with Phil Drobnik, head coach of USA Curling, in the mid-game break.
And Coach, your team was able to put up 4 in the first. They came out strong. It seems like the momentum has been on their side the entire first half. How have they been able to establish that control?
Yeah, they came out with a lot of energy. They had a good feel on the ice in practice. We knew that if we could push the envelope and just try to we needed to score first. We were looking for a deuce. The 4 was a bonus. We got a couple fortunate with a couple misses from them, but we just kept the pedal down, and we're still in a good spot right now.
Still a long way to go. How do you keep this momentum going now through the second half?
Yeah, we got to score next. We got to score in 6, and then really play position, play the scoreboard, be smart, but also make sure that we're putting pressure, and not letting them off the hook either.
Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Kira, coach, thanks. Phil Drobnik was with a team that struggled early in round robin play at a certain Olympics, Kevin, 8 years ago. Familiar story for John Schuster and his team, who looked dead in the water at 2 and 4 in round robin play, and then magically, majestically, they ripped off 5 wins in a row en route to curling gold.
Almost at a stage where you thought, well, there's no way to make playoffs. Until all of a sudden, the train started rolling, and then nobody could stop that train once it started. So it was certainly something. And now Ken and Team Casper following those footprints is certainly capable. We watched in the Olympic trials final, Danny throwing up in a huge pressure situation, a 97. So certainly capable of throwing the big numbers, no question about it.
And again, this team did have to go to the Olympic qualifying event, essentially the last chance qualifier for the Olympics. The United States did not finish high enough and earn enough points for the 2024 and 2025 World Championships. So it was to that last chance event. Got to finish top 2 there, Kevin. Only 2 spots among the teams available. They were able to finish and have success in that high pressure situation. They went 6-1 in round robin play and avenged its only loss in round robin play, beating China 9-4 to secure their spot for 14.
Hey, straight. I go you. Hey, straight.
The Americans with hammer back, line 2, 6th end. Groom laid for Danny Casper and the United States. Ben Richardson looking to remove a guard. When you've got to get up and look away to brush the ice, you know it's got to be on target, and it was for Richardson.
You know that was a really good throw. Not worried a bit. Threw it perfect. Good to go. 14 Germany. Looking at the situation, thinking situation with the angles and the forefoot, the way they sit, probably will take 2 shots before a really offensive shot can happen. So with that much needed, better come into the rings with Benny Caulfield.
Happy backline. Happy backline.
Trying to get to. That's not. Well, I'm not sure about super, but pretty good. It opened up a potential freeze now on the intern side, so better than it was, but certainly would have liked to have bumped that rock behind the T line.
Try to get the one in the house. Yeah, we can try. Okay, where? I'll be careful with it. Yes. 2/3.
So trying to peel the guard off, but the bonus would be to get the rock in the back 12 as well.
Luke Violet first trying to take care of the primary target, and that's the guard.
Okay, good shot. Good shot.
It was a good try. Missed it on the safe side. Would not want to over curl and jam it on the button. Good throw. But now, the reason for the bump call was to open up the freeze. And certainly available. In turn, lock this rock right on top of the yellow back button and make it tough. Team USA.
Boy, hey, make the bump. That's the one there, come. Don't freeze. Make the bump. Make them. Yes, come on, bump. Hey, make it come. Hey, ja, Linie. Ja, das ist gut. Ja, Linie.
Over curling, that's the reading here. Mark Sellers. I don't know what to do with it. He was thinking maybe be able to take it back to the back of the button and bury behind the top four. But simply thinking maybe we should get on this thing and hopefully it'll sneak right in there. But it didn't happen for me. So it's left sort of in between.
Luke Violet in the United States looking to add to its lead. Having Hammer here in the 6th, already up 3. Looking for a second win in round robin play in 14. Nice little pick out there for Violet.
Nice touch. Tried to go a little bit farther, but tried to stay better than the top red. So, a really good shot. really good shot. Being quite picky by saying, well, we could have rolled that form.
Und der ist auch nicht schlecht.
Sure, but it's a pretty good result. Sitting
So,
through.
jetzt hier in der Brille liegen, da kann ich jemanden. Ich meine, eigentlich kann er den Nachbarn hier reinschießen. Wenn wir hier liegen. Das ist wieder egal. Ja, aber dann kann ich halt so spielen. Okay. Irgendwas gibt es so ein Freeze.
Lock it in the pocket between the yellows. This will leave the red third shot. So only 2 rocks to go. And the called shot is actually to sit in third. So not an ideal situation for Team Germany. Obviously, when they're trying to make a really, really tough shot to have the other team sit 2.
And the draw game then suspect for Mark Miscadovitz in this game. Certainly curious for a player who's risen to become one of the best skips in the world.
This is light again. Pulled the string again. So just having so much trouble with draw weight today. Shocking.
And talked with him between ends earlier in the game with the coaching staff about maybe swapping a rock. And Kevin, once that gets in your head sometimes, is that hard to shake if you're unsure about how a rock's going to work?
Yes, can be. I'm sure they would have switched it at least once by now, maybe even twice to a different rock. Because Mark's continued to struggle with draw weight all game. So I don't think it's a Rock's problem. It's just one of those games when you're just not feeling it. The problem is Yellow sitting 3, the score is 6-3, sitting 3, and Red only has 1 to go, so it's certainly big potential trouble there.
Just to make Shiner in there, it's back there. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it is a tough. Now, if you're feeling right here, it's not the easiest squeeze, and at 8 point, it is pretty easy to get him. He also probably has this to line one, right? If we're here, he's not going to think that. Yeah,
I'm either thinking the intern or the back line that Danny was saying.
I do think though the back line, you're right here, he plays the same shot and it's hard to score.
Yeah, I think intern we can over curl it a bit here.
Okay, it's just I mean what's going on with his drops?
I think this is like a 13-8.
Okay, so perfect is over curling this a little right here. Is that perfect?
Hey, no, I mean the other shot. Never mind. I'm done. This is it.
Overthinking it a little bit at some point.
Yeah, excited because if they execute here, they're going to put a lock in this game.
One thing that I really thought was an excellent comment to the rest of the team for Danny is what's going on with his draws. Because everybody knows how good the German skip is. He's one of the best players in the world. He's been missing so many draws in this game. That's a great comment for Danny to make. Like, what's going on? It doesn't make any sense.
Confidence for the American skip, you can see it, especially when he's shooting well. But respect for the game with fellow competitors.
Okay, you go curl if you need to. Getting better. It's like 2 here. Yeah, this one.
Putting that one there. Solid on the U.S. lies forward on Super Curl. Danny Casper, when the United States won at the Olympic qualifying event, one of the first things he did, Kevin, was thank some of the other top skips in the United States, like John Schuster, Corey Drop, and even top junior skip Caden Hebert, for pushing them at the U.S. trials, saying iron sharpens iron to help us grow as a country. We're the ones playing for it, but I think it's a group effort from everyone at USA Curling. Pretty mature words for a 24-year-old to talk about how they've gotten to this point.
Right, how did they get here? And looking really good in this end. Trying a quad takeout here. Lots of weight, thick half, right into the middle of the pocket. Try to splash A whole bunch of yellows on it.
Determined look for the German skip. Looking to just blow up the house.
Oh!
2, 3. Got them all. Got them all. Moskowitz with a massive through that. Extremely hard. A game saver, at least for the moment, for Germany. That's more like the ability and skill level you're used to seeing from the European champion skip of 2024. That was epic.
It really was. Knocked them all out. Now, all of a sudden, it's a blank try. Nobody would have been thinking that any time in this end.
So no chance to potentially get a deuce. United States trying to blank the end. Keep hammer into the next.
There's going to be contact, though. This might jam.
No
This might jam.
points.
Oh, no. Just wanting to bump the yellow rock back behind the tee line. That's exactly what happened.
Follow suit. That was shot at a medal. And this team of 20-something.
And in this end.
So no chance to potentially. Suddenly Germany
Just let it sit.
is back down to 7th end. United States gets hammer back. It's the second steal of one in the game for the Germans. This is a moment where Team USA, which has done so much right in this game, needs to kind of settle back in and realize scoring situation still up 2 with hammer here with 4 ends to go.
Well, still in great shape. Absolutely. But momentum is obviously not on Team USA's side after that. 2 shots. Excellent setup shot being done here by Team Germany. Last couple of ends, getting the long guard, tight guard, both on center line. Very exacting. Aiden's great play continues. Top button, top 8 in a straight line. It's perfection. It's been very impressive.
And the newest member of this team, Lindbergh, second year with Team Casper. And the other 3 getting together towards the start of this Olympic cycle and finding themselves representing the United States in Cortina. Messenzel. Will it be 7 20-somethings in this game? And Moskowitz, the oldest player on the ice at age 30.
Nice weight control there. Just wanting to bump the yellow rock back behind the tee line. That's exactly what happened. Having a bit of a go at the double peel, but getting the single peel, it's fine.
Richardson, Oldenburg, leading the American cause shooting-wise, both at 96%. Messenzel, second best shooting number for Team Germany in this game. He's at 88%. That's the only German performer at 90 or above.
This is sliding a little bit farther than wanted. That sets up a pretty easy double peel again. Will not be happy with that at all. There's even some angle on this one, so 2/3, almost a thick half will get rid of the top two. Might even move the red in the top 12. Everything's hit just right. That's not important. Important to get the top two going. Well, better than it was. Would have liked to have got that red right out of play.
Yeah, Richardson not loving it.
And I definitely knew that it was such a good opportunity to get rid of both. But it did get off center. That's why it's better than it was.
Any good Relation? Schnell! Weglein! Tap mal ein, hinten 4. Okay.
So tapping the red that's in the top 12, pretty much on a little bit on the other rock side, just cross face, and bumping the yellow to the back 4 foot. Trying to build a wall on the back 4 to freeze, or maybe Benny's next one, or Skipper's first one. Set up for another possible steal.
Okay. Schlecht. Das ist so viel länger verlieren. Der was
Needs to curl just a little bit more to get the angles better in the house for Team Germany.
This double jams. Yep. I mean, you can make it across the top and stuff. Okay. It's hard. Say it less. I guess first ball. I mean, he might be going right here. I mean, it's tough. Get it. We're playing for a blank. It's good. Yeah. I like our chances of blanking. I think I like this. Okay.
The easiest double are the top two. That's sort of a half-rock double. Get rid of both.
You think so?
With the scoreboard what it is, I think that's the smart call. The other double, the one in the top 12 to the side of the 4 foot, is more difficult.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could get a blank out of it, I guess.
The U.S. talking, Kevin, about trying to maybe get a blank here and keep handing it to the 8th.
That's right. That would be a great scenario. So that's hitting this onto this gets rid of those two. Then it's saying that, well, Germany probably freezes that one. Then you play the double off the reds. They make the double, and there's your blank. So that's walking through the whole next few shots. Of course, that's if everybody makes all the shots they're trying.
Part of the beauty of this game, try to plot out what's to come depending upon what your opponent does. And if you execute and they do, here's Violet started the process with his first of 2 stones in the 7th.
Okay, so that's step 1.
Dead on there from Violet.
So that's what Skadovitz is drawing, is if we freeze to the yellow, he just comes off the red, knocks us out. So maybe we guard the red. He is playing the hit. This makes sense. This is a good call, I think.
Seventh end. United States up 6-4 on Germany. Americans started with a bang. 4 in the first. Got 2 2 more in the fourth. We look to have another massive end in the sixth. So Germany able to come away with a steal of 1. The U.S. would hammer here in the seventh again. There's the double opportunity now for Violet in the United States.
Yeah, if this is made, then you may see a double back by Germany, and there's your blank. Might be just a touch outside, though. It is. So a bit of a miss there. That's now it's a double, and it could be a force instead of a blank. So.
Der Force ist ziemlich gut. Ein Force.
The thinking by Team Germany now is, okay, we make the double and we make the open side. We get the force. Okay, now get a deuce back the next end, so that would mean that the score would be 7-6, playing 9. Force again. Now you're 2 down going home, trying to get a deuce coming home, play the extra. That would be the. If you never get a steal or 3, great, but the odds are, those aren't like your jobs and any of that.
Wie viel Risiko wollen wir gehen? Ich weiß nicht, der erste Entscheidung. Wenn beides okay machst. Also, welchen ist ja.
Double make the roll. Just want to make sure you roll far enough. If you just don't roll far enough, then all of a sudden you give Team USA a double opportunity, and the blank's back on. You need to make this double and roll all the way to the other side.
And the Skanovitz able to take out 4 American rocks last end. And gets another big play here. The doubles for Team Germany.
Yeah, nice throw, nice double. Want to roll that all the way to the other side of the house, though. That red is above the tee line, so there is a double opportunity for Team USA. Pretty much the exact same one that Violet tried on his last one, just hit the red first stone too thick. Danny Casper should know exactly how it runs down the spot of ice. Just saw it.
Danny Casper.
In the ball.
Looking for a fancy finish himself, not quite.
Hit it perfect, just had to throw it harder.
I was with you, Luke.
One rock in the house right now for each team. U.S. will have the last rock in the end. The Americans lying shot for the moment. Hit and stay for Germany.
Yeah, well done. No choice for Team USA but to hit the back one. Take your one. Still a pretty good situation for Team USA. Had 2 chances to make that double. Get a blank.
And Germany's seemingly been on the ropes in this game from the outset. Somehow they're still hanging around. Eddie Casper to the U.S. lead. But this just for a single point. That'll work. Casper in the United States add one to the tally, 7 for the score.
Yes, USA just to the point.
In the 8th, coming up in 14.
We're all ambitious, unstoppable together. Just one of us can do it for all of us.
What is accountability?
Showing up even when it's hard.
If we push ourselves,
We'll go further than we ever thought we could.
Yeah, skip it.
what?
And this team of 20-somethings, maybe ahead of schedule, but Kevin, you never hear 8th end. Full lead. Forcing the make a Team USA looking to even its record at 2-2. Make a push towards the playoffs in men's curling. The Olympic Winter Games in Cortina. Shooting first for the United States. This game against Germany. And a massive beginning for the first
Off of
for
my
Team
keyboard,
USA.
AJ.
Germany just staying in the fight, forcing the U.S. to just one. In the 8th, the Germans have the hammer back. The United States doing it off the key of the lead, trying to find a way to victory to snap a 2-game losing streak. Johann Schurl, lead for the Germans.
Get these corner guards situated nicely this end. Give your team a chance to get the 2 points. Swoopers not even keeping this clean. This has a chance to slide into the rings. It has to be short. Will it stop in time? It did. Just barely.
Kevin looked like he didn't want to move, hoping upon hope it was going to stop, and then good. This sport certainly garnering so much attention now that it's been an 8th straight Winter Games, finally becoming a full Olympic sport in 1998. First surfaced at the Olympics in 1924, back again in 32. Disappeared for a while, came back as a demonstration sport, and then its full Olympic status in 98.
Berg just keeps making his shots end after end after end.
Next coming here for Schurl. And World Championships, even in the Olympic year, will still be held. Women's Worlds coming in Calgary in March. Canada alternates every year, hosting either the Women's Worlds and Men's Worlds. And the Men's World Championships, Kevin, in the United States, held in Utah on campus at Weber State, about 35 miles north of Salt Lake City. Venue used at the 2002 Winter Games, and will be used again when the Olympics come back to Salt Lake in 8 years' time.
Great memories of that building.
I would think so. But you were able to win Olympic silver at those games. And then 8 years after, to the top step of the podium with Olympic gold in Canada, in Vancouver, alongside the curling Hall of Famer, the gold medalist, world champion Kevin Martin, Jason Knapp, Kira K. Dixon, recording, handling interviews as well. 7-4 Team USA here, 8th end. And Kevin, your first Olympics was around the same age as Danny Casper and company in your early 20s there in Albertville.
Albertville, that's right. Yeah, and Prolognon-la-Manoise was the community in the mountains that we were at, but it was the Albertville Olympics. I was 24, same age.
Danny Casper.
Yeah.
Did it feel a little daunting that first time around?
Completely. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. And then we did okay. We went fourth, but losing to the U.S. in the bronze game, actually. Danny Casper's definitely, he's got all the shots needed to do well. It's a matter of pulling them all together at the right time.
And the sport still had demonstration status at those Olympics, but it made it, was it meaningful for all those competing and earning medals at those Olympics?
In fact,
And the Germans like that result. There are 3 counters currently for the United States in the house here, up 3 in the 8th.
You got it.
Just peel the top guard. Get rid of it. Just one rock. Don't worry about the others yet. Deal with those down the line.
Ben Richardson been tasked with a lot of peel plays in this game. He's come through wonderfully for the United States. 100% rating on all of his takeouts in this game, 94% overall.
Trying to get this freeze to the Yellowstone behind the tee. Looks pretty good. Yeah, very nice.
Good view from above. That shot for Team Germany. And the ballet there for the sweepers in this case. Penny Cap doing the bulk of the work to get that where it needed to go.
Precise.
Luke Violet launching hard out of the hack. Throwing this with some intent for the United States in the 8th.
Getting that other red out could be an important factor later in the end. You never know. Definitely better to be out than a biter.
Easy hack. Freeze. In. So, meinst du? Ja. Ich will den nicht berühren. Willst du nicht? Ich würde gerne nicht berühren. Das ist jetzt ziemlich gut.
Freeze peel. Loses weight. It does a lot. We
In the US,
cared about making a double up.
still talking about some of the shots and what the ice is doing. See the numbers for the 2/3. Both in the 90% range. High quality stuff at an Olympic Games. What's Germany thinking here?
Just trying to figure out, with that red rock being out of the house up front, how do we get 2 rocks in a position where we can get at least 2 points later on? So coming across the face with a mini cap here and hit and roll frozen on the button, and then move the other rock back into the 8-foot and maybe have it count later in the end. try to roll this onto the button. Like that. Really good. Now it's easy to knock out the back red, but that's not the dangerous stone. The dangerous one's on the button, but it's really difficult to remove.
It's really good. Yeah, against McDonald. It's on me. And the one they just threw, can we get a double? It's going into here. Look.
U.S. had banked a lot of clock on their thinking time. Start with 38 minutes of thinking time in the game. U.S. played a lot of quicker shots earlier, so they've saved some of that. They
And then
can
a lot of times you're
have some time and afford it here for this discussion.
Okay, but I mean, I
See, they're
don't
about
think this is any
4.5 minutes ahead of
Germany.
Germany.
Let's just play this. All right, yeah.
They were having a look at this. Hit that,
Right or left it or not.
sit there. That would sneak through this way, and that would miss. So that's a doable shot. It's a skinny half, about a third to make that. Could also just hit the open red one with the scoreboard what it is. But nope, go for it. Third of a rock. Try to make the double. This is a game changer if this is possible, but extremely difficult. Much easier to just hit the open one.
Blue Violet seemingly up for a challenge. Going after it for the United States in the 8th. Good enough to take one red out and bump the other one back.
Not bad. Just have to hit that a little bit thinner on the top one to hit it thicker on the next one. Would have removed both reds, but yellow is shot rock now. Okay. Does leave a freeze though. Team Germany. In-turn freeze right to the back of the button.
That's the call for Cap.
Certainly looks good. Great job.
Freeze to the back of the button for Germany. Needing a multi-point scoring end, down 3 with 3 ends left against Team USA.
Team Germany just will not go away in this one though. It is playing tough. Catching on fire with just unfortunately Florida. Team Germany, they gave up that big 4-ender, so it's been a lot of fighting coming back.
Yeah, you only get 8 rocks in an end. Miskadovich took care of 6 of them himself on the last 2 throws to erase what was seemingly a potential game-ending end for the United States. And Germany, one's no good right now.
So it's kind of an interesting situation. Could hit, obviously, or could draw, whatever. Actually looking at playing this. Bump the one into here, roll the shooter in to sit first, third and 4. And you heard Felix Hessenthal said, well, yeah, they'll just hit the back one. Yeah, but what if they tick? Then it's a draw for 4. So that's the thought process that they've got going here. I love this place call. I think that's a really smart call. They get you a score of 3.
Ryan Sherrard, a Canadian that ended up moving to Germany and playing with this team, coaching them now in the conversation.
I mean, the question is, go for 2 or 3.
I do too.
I didn't consider this, but if you guys like it, go for it. We were talking just going around a Christmas tree leaves, but
Maybe okay. Viertel, Drittel, Viertel. Ja, aber das ist schon der reine
Ryan Sherrard, great story, grew up a junior curler in Canada, went to Germany to get his PhD in biology, had stopped curling. People found out about his curling history. Germany needed an alternate. He served as that. Then later he moved to Leeds, became part of the German national team, played some worlds for them, and now is part of the coaching contingent. So Kevin, big decision here. I've heard them talking 2 or 3. You like what they're doing?
Well, this is going for 3. So if you just want to get 2, you just sort of come around the corner guard. U.S. hits the back one, sits there, you tap it out. That's 2 points. By making this split, I believe still the U.S. will go around and tap the back one out. But now you'll have a double for 3. It's not an easy double, but a double it is. Get these 2 in the rings. You're still 3 down for a really good curling team, so this makes sense. This is curling law, so it doesn't make contact even. And it gets in. I think it does. It's in.
Again, for Muskatowicz in this game, his takeout game, 100%, but his draw rate, Kevin, under 50%.
Look where that red one goes to the back of the 8 foot. So Felix, you heard him say before, we make this split, and it does, that red one does go in the house. We get back into the back corner, if there's a tick on the front yellow, you heard him say 4. There'll be a shot for 4. It's exactly the situation. U.S. could take it on the double, but you have to get really close to that yellow guard. And if you tick it, it's a 4. So this was all by design. Now, Dan Casper make the double. You can see if I get really close to that yellow guard, don't hit it, or it's a 4. If you get by just slightly, it'll only be 2 rings. Big shot in the game.
And his teammates, maybe unlike in some of the early games for the United States here in Cortina, have played so well in front of Danny Casper. He faced so many challenging shots first few games. This one, maybe his most challenging effort of this game.
Got by.
And delivers.
Big shot. A nervy shot. Knew he couldn't tick that guard. Didn't. Got by. Nice double.
Conversion from Casper to limit damage here for Team USA.
Big sigh of relief after that one.
Nifty from the American skip. And now Muskatowicz, after all that hope for a dream end, with the last for Team Germany. Good enough for the deuce for the Germans. The United States still holds the lead. Danny Casper and even one here is good. An even record of 2 games. And they'll take on reeling Sweden, Nicholas Edin, and the reigning Olympic champions from Beijing, dropping its first 3 games, trying to pick up the pieces, stay in the playoff fight. That's what's next for the United States. Will the Americans go in with an even record of 2-2? Depends on the outcome of these final 2 ends. The United States up 7-6 with hammer, the last shot here in the 9th of our 10-end game. And Kevin, when you get 4 in the first in a curling game, can't start much better. But since then, nothing's come easy for Team USA.
No, well, the one end where it looked like it might be over in 6. Quad. You don't see many quadruple takeouts in curling, and everything just went out of the rings, and then it actually got a bit of good fortune by getting the steal, but still had to make that quad. But that end was not going in Team Germany's way. But since then, they put a lot of pressure on Andy Casper and company.
And the Americans have held up, done enough to keep this lead, position themselves for victory. And now get a deuce with hammer here. They put themselves in a phenomenal spot. You heard them talking strategy with Coach Jordan Moulton. Kevin, we did in the break, and talking about, hey, even one here is good. Do we give up the steal of one and keep hammer in the lead coming on? Or it could be a tie game coming on. A lot of scenarios for the U.S. to think about, depending on how this end goes for the moment.
And that's the good news when you are in front in 9 by 1 with hammer. You'd have quite a few choices that are okay. Getting one, it's okay. Blank, it's okay. Giving one, it's okay. There's lots of good scenarios when you have the lead. Trying to get this into the top 8 foot.
Keep going.
Aiden Oldberg, he and his teammates have been right there throughout. Another perfect pair from the American lead. Has the best shooting number of anybody in this game. Again, 96%.
About 6'7". We're trying to go around as a back of the button. This is not heavy enough to do that. This might even click off the top there. Got it by. So it's okay.
2 U.S. counters for the moment here at N9.
Just barely by. But did get by. All good.
And Richardson almost on repeat in this game. Guard removal after guard removal.
And you see him every time he's thrown lately. Releases, looks down, make sure there's no debris on the ice for the looking after the next guy that has to shoot, make sure Felix doesn't have trouble because his shots are so spot on. He doesn't out of hand, doesn't have to worry about it. When you replace this long center, that's nice depth. No easy double on those 2 reds. Just a single peel, I would think.
Again, Kevin, potatoes, bananas, guards, need something to peel, Ben Richardson's your guy. Benny Cap. Trying to put one another out here for Team Germany.
It's nice and long.
Auslegen.
Just don't want to set up a double peel.
10. 10 ready.
Okay, that's all right.
Perfect.
So peel made here. Now, only 3 rocks left. If this peel is made clean, Team Germany will think about, do we throw one more guard, or is it time to come around to the back of the forefoot? And we'll see what they decide. I think probably throw one more guard yet. Maybe just one rock early to go in. Got it? Well, let's see what they do.
So far, textbook execution here from the United States. Managing this lead with hammer in the ninth.
Looks like going in to the side of the button. Thought they might wait one more shot, but this is fine. Tolerance would be to be a touch heavy, go back 4 foot.
Ja, sehr gut. Sehr nicht, wenn es geht. Ja, da, rein. Hey, 10. 10. Oder?
This is heavier than they wanted to be, I think. It's like 8 foot.
Second. Okay. Try that top double still. Okay. Still. Okay. See, I'm not sure, but I think it's the shot anyways. A little higher.
If you get rid of the top 2 reds and roll your shooter out of there, even if things go a bit sideways on you, it'll only be a steal of 1. Then you're tied up with hammer. That would be the worst case. If you make this shot.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Did not roll a shooter off, so that's a bit of a miscue.
And eliminating a pair of reds.
Yeah.
And that's the good news. Did get rid of 2 reds, but now there's a draw available to the button and get underneath 2 guards.
Aktuell. Er kann nicht nachbringen. Bisschen so rausschauen lassen, oder? Ja, nicht viel. Ein bisschen einen Double-Clip bekommen. 7, genau 7 selbst, 8 ist okay. Ein bisschen mehr ist.
I think I would elect to play. I like this turn, but play the freeze right to the back red and sit 2. Rather than play to the top of the button or something and leave that short little run. Danny Casper runs, makes the double, and the end's over. Get that lock, that freeze back there, and then from Germany's side, worst case is either get a steal, which is great, or force. You don't give up the deuce lightly.
And giving up 2, likely be terminal for Germany.
Yes, okay.
Skadovitz.
Applaus. Excellent. Sehr viel Da geht's gut.
Try to get it in there.
Okay, that's okay.
A little late.
It's okay.
Certainly a double available now. The line was perfect on this rock. If that has back 1 foot weight, it would have been right back there on top of that back red, but just a little bit down. So firm, trying to double. Get rid of both reds.
3/4 makes it right. Close to nose. Okay. Great. Let's make it. You got it. Just lock in the weight.
Danny Casper of the United States. Up 1 with hammer. Next to last end of regulation. Looking for a big bounce back victory against Germany after back-to-back losses. Jams on the back in the quest for the double, and the shooter exits as well.
trying to make that double the thick way. I was shocked with that, rather than trying to hit a skinny half and across the top. Trying to actually get that close to the nose and hit the double the thick way. Yeah, it's just in the back now as shot stone. So now an opportunity to lie too.
You know, little cross-game conversation there between Switzerland and Germany.
Lots of friends out here talking about the situation on both sheets likely.
Well, it wasn't a good situation for Germany at the start. Coughing up a four-ender to begin to the United States. Team Germany slowly, methodically building back in this game. And now Mark Piskanovich with his last throw on the ninth, hoping to have a chance maybe to find a way to victory, which seems so unlikely at the start of this game.
Nobody's touched it yet. Line's great if it would just sit down. Wanting this to be top forefoot. At least shot rock. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Es sieht mich hier, ja. Den haben wir jetzt hinterlistig durchgespielt.
Count of two right now for Germany. Danny Kasper gliding back to the hat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with this.
Yeah, it's this with a tap, right? Okay. I like this. Okay, you got it. Same way.
So trying to hit, look they can see if that red one to knock them both out. So skinny on the red, but you can only see less than half. Tough shot.
Kasper clutch in the first scoring four. He's trying to score here for the United States at all and enhance the lead. And he will.
Yes!
Double taken leads to a single point for the United States. On two with one and left. Looking for win two in Cortina.
Murder house. We need to get out of here. Our new neighborhood is crazy. People watch out for each other.
Or just watch each other. I've been watching YouTube for whatever you're up to. What are you doing? Let's go.
Everyone's hiding something. Don't let us move the ants, and we need to leave now.
Les USA now Leon qui craque.
And this team of 20-somethings maybe ahead of schedule with Kevin's latest game of round robin play. Fans loving it from Luke Eichling at the start of this game. 3 though for Germany. Back. The United States, 2-point advantage, 1 end remaining of regulation. Piskanovich and Germany trying to come all the way back, trailing by 4 after 1. They've stayed within striking distance of Team USA. Now the Americans looking to finish it off. Germany needs at least 2 to tie with Hammer here in the last to force an extra end, in which the Americans would get the last shot. 3 though for Germany, and would post a stunning come-from-behind win. Team USA turning things around. And Abe Noldenberg had been rated number 1 in his position through the first 3 games for the United States. The rest for Team USA near the bottom of the players at their spots, but they have elevated themselves, especially Richardson and Violetta.
Big time today. And had to, though. After that first end, it's been quite the battle, actually, between these two teams. They needed those numbers to have a lead coming home here.
Danny Kasper, 2. better than he was overall in the first 3 games, and it may lead the United States to victory. Rosenberg again leading off.
It's good. Lead. Back forward. Yep. Back forward. Yep. 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 Lead.
Bumped this right on the nose. Hayden's right on.
Well, the United States, Kevin, started with a furious 4 in the first.
A really good setup handled by the whole team. Made everything and took the big 4 lead.
6 then, Mark Moskowitz with one of the shots of the tournament here, Kevin.
Probably the shot of the tournament. Looking at game shot, makes a quad. And then the blank ends up banging onto a yellow rock, and instead of scoring 3 or 4 or 5, it's a steal of 1.
That kept Germany within range, and the U.S. forced to 1 in the 7th and 9th. Germany getting 2 with Hammer in the 8th. And Kevin, you heard their discussions. This is kind of the math they were hoping for to give themselves a shot for the win here in the 10th.
And double corners are up, trying to figure out a way to get 3.
That's okay, too.
Not really wanting only 2. They would take 2 to go to the extra if it happened. But the odds of stealing are fairly limited in an extra end. So you want to get your 3 right here.
After all the peels played by Ben Richardson in this game, having to come back to throw a guard. Gets one there along the center line.
That's a very nice lineup of yellow stones. Well done. Nothing easy to freeze to in that.
Hey, feet. Feet. Easy. Yep. Feet.
So trying to bump the middle one to set up a pocket is the call. Get by nice, and now bump the yellow beside the other yellow to set up a freeze. Potential. That was the call. Nice throw.
Whenever you see it, like, sir. Great. Really good there. I think I saw this speed.
Trying to get a little hit and roll underneath. Get the roll. That's pretty nice. Underneath completely. That certainly helps the cause.
Ben Richardson, yep, loving it. Coming through here with his finest shooting effort of the tournament after back-to-back games in the 60% range. It's a second consecutive outing of 90-plus for the American second.
Make the double and roll buried. Pretty close. Certainly a nice throw. Trying to hold it enough. Well, probably got certainly more than half, but there's probably a third sticking out. That red one, trying to bump it out now. Tolerance on this one, of course, would be to rack on the guard and then peel the guard out of there if you happen to miss. Don't want to breeze by everything.
Team USA scoring 4 in the first, up 2 here in the last. And protect the advantage and get the win over Germany.
Got enough of it? Does? Will buried? shot by Luke Vile. Hit, bump, and roll the top butt.
American fans loving it from Luke Violet.
Just such a nice, soft touch needed to be able to get the curl. She hit it thick enough and rolled completely underneath the yellows. No choice but to run rocks back. That is not what you want to do when you're 2 down, is have to throw run backs. So now there's only 3 rocks remain, and you need them all to win. Not that that was the wrong call. It was the right call. It's just a great hit and roll by Luke.
Spin a little bit, so it can be normal speed. I think it'll be fairly normal speed. Yeah, like when I threw for draw shot, like that 13.9, 14-ish. I think it's quicker than that, right? I think it's a hair quicker. Yeah, like a 14.2. I think it's my 420 though. This is my 450. Yeah, 15.20. Yeah, 15.20 like that. We are going top 8. Yeah.
Luke Violet didn't have a shooting game in the 80% range in the first 3 games, below that in each of the American first 3 outings. And if he makes this shot, he still won't have a game in the 80% range because he's above 90. Excellent work from the American third.
Try to get this lead. Foot. What's the call? Nice game. Now, of course, if Team Germany gets a deuce, the game's not over yet.
True that.
So run back, try to go red onto the yellows, and then roll the red berry. That's the hope for a 3. If this isn't made perfect, the 3 is probably gone.
Benny Cat trying to deliver. And can't. And that's a killer for Team Germany. Only 2 rocks left, and they need them both at least to tie.
Close. Just wouldn't quite come up enough. So throw the guard.
Raise off there.
I think it's normal speed. We just hit this much, so I think it'd be normal, like 14.2-ish to T. Okay.
When I threw my guard, it ran a little better than we thought it would. So I think you can kind of give it to us a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a 2.5.
Yeah.
You got a boss, man. Take 3's fine.
Yeah, let us work a little bit.
Danny Casper going through his process with his front end. Trying to lay another roadblock here for Germany to deal with as the Americans looking to seal the deal in this latest game of round robin play.
Rest out. That's good. A little tight. 3. Stay sitting a bit. 3 now. Line 3. Oh, just a 3.
Really nice line. Just really well placed.
Shot man, you judge.
Was wir jetzt den Round spielen müssen?
Germany trying to figure out what to do here.
Yeah, so coming into there with the draw, and then thinking this is the shot they're going to need, is that double and stick it for the tie. So draw first.
See the game clock's moving. Germany's used a ton more time. Still just the skip stones left, and it's about 80 seconds left to make those shots.
They've changed their mind to play the angle raise first rather than the freeze. I kind of like the freeze call first, to be honest. I liked it, but trying the angle raise, it's all for need to hit this and stick Barry. And stay Barry. Good try. Made the double. play the freeze on the first one, and then make that double, because you wouldn't have to be buried then because it would be on the last one. Just maybe try it one too soon. But a really nice shot. I would say.
The reaction of the German fans is one thing. The reaction of the German skip is another. He knows Germany is out in the open, and Danny Casper has a chance
Take a second here. Fill this out.
About 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
to seal it. The U.S. having some fun, saying you only have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in your clock.
Well, Danny was just thinking, okay, if I hit this and roll out, do they have anything? With like total respect.
Making sure clean out of hand is the call. The Americans with a flying start and a phenomenal finish, able to seal
That will do it, and we won! Yes! I don't care, we still won!
The United States 8-6 victory, fueled by that fantastic forward open finish.
So that was it. That was the game right there. That was a terrific start.
And USA won in curling!